Utterly Insane Productions brings you the Insane Asylum with Mark and Joe. You never know what they'll say next or who they might offend. Have been warned.
Well,
No,
that's
no,
an interesting
just
intro.
wants to fucking stay up.
Just give it a minute.
Hello, welcome. We are live and we are talking about.
Yeah, we're live, but he's pissed.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
We are going to be talking about whether or not you believe. I believe my laptop's got a fucking alien right now. Do you see what's going on?
No, because
Look,
they
I'm not
they
doing
can't
nothing.
see.
No, but I'm
They-
asking if
My
you can
laptop
see.
was infected by
Well,
an alien.
here's the reason all this is going on. You want to know why it's all going on?
Because I'm using it.
You're clicking stuff, and then
I
it's
hate
taking
this
a while
fucking
for it to load. And once it loads, then it's showing up since your fingers are gone off.
I need this fucking thing. All right.
We need to get him a new
You've been
laptop.
waiting for this one, huh?
We need to get him a new laptop.
So we're going to be discussing.
Why don't you just blow everything off?
Oh,
of this
he's
one
got
and
the
get
anatomy
started?
knowledge on this.
The what?
Tom said, "I've been waiting for this one. I've got the anatomy knowledge on this."
The anatomy knowledge, yeah.
I wonder.
Dude, this is one of them that we should have done on the 7th. Then.
The cross one.
It just, we do a cross show and
Anyway,
throw my ideas and what I know out there, and you'd have the anatomy part of it.
are you sure that's the anatomy he was talking about? I mean, remember what we were
That-
discussing earlier? I'm just saying we'll get to that.
We're on this, okay? This
so,
is what
all right.
we're doing.
We're here to discuss whether or not humans, us,
It is kind of an interesting.
are actually aliens from another planet that was like planted here or seeded here. Like we're not native. So we'll let him start because this was his favorite subject.
That's the thing, okay? For a long time, I've been saying I don't believe that we are actual indigenous species on this planet. I
Yeah,
believe
he's
that
been
we
saying that for
are-
a very long time.
I believe that we are a hybrid of an indigenous species mixed with the DNA of alien races. Now, one of the things is with that, I've got, I watch shows, Ancient Aliens and stuff like that, and they say some of the same stuff. The Anunnaki are the original aliens that came to this planet, and the Anunnaki are the ones that created us. They used an indigenous species that was here on this planet, and they mixed their DNA with it and created us. So it's something I've been saying for quite a while.
Yeah, for long before we even started doing these shows.
Okay, I do have a question. Then what would have been the indigenous species that we were mixed with?
Okay, here's a quick little answer for you. Tom can probably confirm some of this. Humans have 24 chromosomes. Chimpanzees have 22 chromosomes. The closest relative species to the human in the chromosome part of it is the chimpanzee. So, if the Anunnaki see the chimpanzees and see that they are a bipedal, possibly bipedal race and everything, and they mix their DNA with them, with the DNA from a chimpanzee, then the combination of that DNA could have put the additional 2 chromosomes in our DNA, giving us the appearance that we have now.
Okay.
That's why some chimpanzees actually I say that 10 times our strength. It is kind of odd, isn't it, Tom?
Okay, Tom says it makes zero sense that chimps have 95% of our DNA, half our size, and 10% of our, or 10 times
Our strength.
I don't know if it's actually 10 times our strength.
Oh,
but
I-
they are
I-
a lot stronger than humans.
I'll bet you it is about 10 times. I'll bet you.
I don't think it is really 10 times. But
Have you seen one up
they
close
are
and
they are a
personal?
lot stronger.
Have you
Okay,
seen
okay,
that one
okay,
up?
okay.
Have you seen
If you're
one
saying
up close and
chimps,
personal?
what about apes? Or gorillas?
Well, gorillas are basically a larger version,
Or chimps?
but I don't believe gorillas have 22 chromosomes. I think they, I think they're actually a little further along or behind where chimpanzees and we are.
Well, yeah, look at the chimpanzees' faces. You know, how it's almost the same color of the skin, too.
Well,
Our skin, almost, in some cases.
Yeah, understandable.
Compared to like
I mean,
an ape or a gorilla.
But yes, okay, the gorillas. But you look at gorillas. And gorillas are really they're
Huge.
Their muscle structures are a lot. Or they're a lot bigger muscle structure than the human body. They have more of a difficult time
Walking straight
upright,
upwards
like a
because
chimpanzee.
you see them
Yeah,
walking
yeah.
with their
They-
hands
they-
a little bit.
No, they don't walk with their hands like
No.
this. They walk
Yeah,
with
with
their
their
knuckles.
fists. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I
They
had.
walk on their
Well,
knuckles.
whatever.
Well, yeah, if you watch Planet of the Apes, the chimps are the smart ones.
Yep.
The gorillas and apes
Are
are
the workforce.
are the
they're
muscle.
the worker bees.
But apes, chimps,
Is that supposed to be bamboo?
baboons. It's supposed to be baboons. I kind of catch that.
Humans and orangutans.
Yeah, we are all great ape species, but the thing is, out of the ones that Tom mentioned here, the ones that we are actually closest to are the
Closely
chimps.
related to are the chimps.
And
Because
we are mostly and closest related to the chimpanzees with the DNA. And that is the weird thing,
and
okay?
they also
People,
seem to be the smarter
scientists,
primates.
now this is something that a lot of people don't really realize, but during the time of World War II, when
He goes, no bonobos. Okay, what's the difference between baboons and bonobos?
not sure, I've never really paid attention to that. But Tom is a guy. He did go to medical school, so he may know something different there.
Medical school or veterinary school?
A little smaller than chimps. They masturbate. Okay, so they're the ones that are related to the people that get into the porn.
Pedophiles.
They get into then
porn
that would
junkies.
mean they're the ones that are related to the ones that get into the porn industries and stuff. Okay. They're smaller chimps. Well, the thing is, you guys fucking me up.
Oh, so now your train derailed this time, right?
Yeah, you derailed my train.
We better put that one up on the calendar.
That's why I wanted to get that train. We were walking through Walmart and I saw the train. I'm like, what did I want to
Back
get the train
on
for?
subject.
I wanted to get it for the front of your guys' table.
So every time the train derailed, you can knock it off the.
And have it going around so that you guys, whatever time you guys train derails, you can.
Knock it
Knock
off the track.
rail.
Huh?
Now you're off the tracks.
Okay, now back on
Okay.
track.
Now, gorillas. There's on gorillas. Okay, gorillas. They have more of a difficult time walking upright. The only times you'll actually see them come up on their back legs or on their legs is basically to beat their chest and to do one of their primal screams, which is to warn any predator or anything around them that they're not going to put up with their crap. Chimpanzees, there's actually documentation of a chimpanzee that at the time it was born, it at the time it was born, um, it was walking on its hind legs, and it wouldn't do like a normal chimpanzee. It would literally stand straight up and walk. There is documentation of it, and there's video of it, and I can't remember the name of the chimp and the person that had it. But now, getting back to the other part, I now remember exactly where I was at. A lot of people don't realize this, okay? But during World War II, Germans' occupation of you know, of some of the countries and stuff, and their experimentations on the Jews and others that they had captured. Some of their scientists were crazy motherfuckers, just flat out fucking crazy.
That's funny.
Yeah, they smash it. Well, it's because it's problem solving puzzle, and they're not good at problem solving. They're good at being strong and smashing things. You know, they're like the Hulk of,
Yes.
of the great apes.
Smash!
Hulk smash. Anyway, so the German scientists at the time under Hitler was just fucking nuts. They were crazy motherfuckers. So one of the things they were trying to do was create super strong soldiers, and
Superhumans.
what they were doing was they were actually trying to breed a human and a chimpanzee. There is documentation of it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually another story. I mean, that's one of those ones that Ventura did.
Yeah.
A big conspiracy
But
theory.
that is something that was being done, and the reasoning was to try and create super
Superhumans.
strong soldiers
They
that
wanted the strength.
were stronger and more durable and more, have more energy and don't get tired as quick.
Stamina.
Kind of like
Yeah,
what they
more
were
stamina.
Yeah.
kind of like what they were depicting in Captain America,
Kind of, yes.
Yeah.
because that's basically what they did.
Yes.
Yeah, it's basically what they were trying to do is make a super soldier.
But that was kind of what they were up to. And so there is documentation of it. And there's also, this is fucked up, but it's true. There is video of male humans and female chimps, and male chimps and female humans.
What? Having sex?
Yes,
And you've seen these videos how?
it's
Wait,
Part
I don't want to
of
know.
what-
I don't want to know about your perverted
it's
annex.
part of what the Germans did. They filmed what they were doing. A lot of stuff they were doing.
Documentation.
All right,
They filmed it as documentation.
all right, but now
That's normally what they do when they.
You
do
can run
experiments
across
like
this shit if you knew how to.
you're a
if you knew how,
sick puppy.
I'm sorry, but it's true.
I didn't say it wasn't. I just said you were a sick puppy, and that's true too. But now let's get back to what we're supposed to be. We're getting a little way
No,
off track.
this
here.
isn't.
No,
This
this
is
is part of
all
it.
tied into it because it all started out as the fact that we are one of the great apes species, just like Tom said, and that the way we came about. That's why the missing link isn't there. We came about because of the alien intervention and putting and merging the DNA of an ape species, and creating us. Now, there was another species on this earth that was kind of a man type or Homo sapien type species, and they were Homo erectus, and that was the Neanderthals. Now, the Neanderthals, now we're going to get back over into this actual article thing that Tom told us about. So, There's three different scientists that are quoted and talked about in this article.
On the Daily Star,
It's on the Daily Star.
UK website.
Yeah, it's a UK website. There's three different scientists. The first scientist actually talks about the fact how humans are more sensitive to the sun than they should be if they were truly an indigenous species of this planet. And then there's mention in the article about the fact that if you take a Homo sapien and a Homo erectus, which would be the Homo sapien is the human, okay, the modern man. Homo erectus would be the Neanderthal. And you looked at their features. The Neanderthal had a dominant or predominant brow ridge, which protruded out more over the eyes, so the eyes were sunk in a little more, and that would shade their eyes from the brightness of the sun as much.
And we today still have that.
Birds have a third eyelid.
Your eyebrows a little bit.
Birds have a third eyelid that filters out some of the brightness of the sun. Now, you got to remember, birds are direct descendants of the dinosaurs, and the dinosaurs were the first lizards on the planet. So birds are actually an evolved species of lizard, and we eat them. Yeah, we had a bird yesterday.
That's a turkey.
Yeah, it's a
Still,
bird.
it's bird.
It's a big bird. One that can actually fly.
I might.
No,
Well, is Tom still on, or did he give up on replying to us, talking to us?
His little green dot is gone from the last one.
he might have, people on the internet.
But I still have
Facebook
3 up
issues.
here, but it kind of
Well,
looks weird.
That's because I've got one on here.
But still,
I'm one of them.
You're
keep
one
going.
of them. Tom's the other one, and whoever joined.
Mike.
See, I don't see them.
My nephew Michael.
Yeah, see, I don't
But-
see.
You should
Anyway.
see because you got the main thing.
Oh, there we go. Oh, Tom did reply.
Yeah, I see this. So DNA is weird in percentages. There are only 5
Codons.
codons and 3 pairs. They only pair up. So
Only
50% the same DNA is as far as you can go from us. I kind of understand that. He says we have closer DNA to mushrooms than dogs. Now, here's something that I can try and tie in and see. DNA. Now you gotta think we have what scientists originally started calling junk DNA because it's DNA strand in the human DNA that they claim has nothing. It does nothing. Doesn't give us our look. It doesn't give us our as we're developing in the womb. It doesn't do anything for us. It doesn't help us with any development. Like,
it doesn't have a reason to be there.
well, according to scientists, they didn't think it has a reason. But this junk DNA, you got to think too. DNA is also kind of a storage device. We're kind of like,
It's a roadmap.
well, our brains are kind of a wet computer, supercomputer. And the DNA that we have in our bodies stores information. And that's part of the system that we can, So the junk DNA can actually be alien DNA, possibly be alien DNA. Now, if there's a way of actually activating that DNA, it may change our appearance. It may give us the ability to access more than the 10% of our brain that we access right now. You know,
Maybe that tail will grow back.
Yeah.
that's possible too, because if it's a dormant DNA, because actually when we develop in the womb, when a fetus develops in the womb, it actually does have a tail. Because we start out looking like a damn tadpole, and then we grow
That's why our
into
bone in our blood is called the tailbone.
yeah. And you know, some
Some
people
people
actually
actually
are born
still-
with a
With
small
little
tail.
tail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or it looks like they've actually got a,
Little puppy tail.
yep,
Yeah.
kind of little,
Makes them unique.
more like a little Max tail.
But it makes them unique.
A little snub like Max had.
It's called vestigial DNA. That's what Tom just said.
Dr. Tom, you got it,
Yeah.
Dr. Tom.
I know. I know. Dr. Tom.
That's what I'm going to start calling him, Dr. Tom.
Now you're on that article. Let's hear some more stuff from you now.
Well, that was.
Because I've been sitting here talking this
Well,
entire
no,
time. You need to come up with something.
I ain't coming up with shit. I'm
You gotta
listening
talk
to you.
about
I'm just sitting here playing devil's
Now
advocate.
this other scientist that's on this article was talking about
The blood, the RH
blood,
negative
the
and
RH
positive
negative
blood.
and RH positive blood. According to him, there's 600 different species of
Hold on, I'll get to that. I was just here.
That's why I was telling you, start reading some of it out. Let us hear it. Now you're too far down.
Yeah, I'm too far down now. I saw that.
Go
Just
go
a
back
second
up.
ago.
Go back up even more.
Right here, 612 primate species and subspecies recognized by the International
Okay,
Union for
there's-
Conservation of Nature, and not one has RH negative blood, he says.
But they have RH positive.
He adds that roughly 85% of all humans
Or RH negative.
have RH positive
or RH
blood.
positive.
Yet he says all members of royal families have RH negative blood. Now, I mean, come on. How do you know that? They go and test all the royal families?
No.
And what do they
for
consider?
those
And what do they consider
non-medical
royalty?
people out there, what does RH negative and RH positive mean?
It's,
Okay. Yeah, Tom, what does RH negative and RH positive mean?
No reason to have different blood.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of difference. There's a lot of reasons to have different blood. The fact that it makes us weird. Because, okay, if the blood in us and the blood in the primates were similar or you know alike, then we would be able to get blood transfusions from an animal.
This is RH here.
But you gotta also think too. We as a species have discovered that we can actually use parts from a pig.
and here's another
to,
scientist.
You know, we put a part from a pig inside of a person and make it work.
Yeah, you see that at all those medical shows too. Even and
So
those are
we
based
may
on
actually
truths.
be closer related to a pig than we are a chimpanzee.
Never know. They use pigs in most of those classes, don't they? In some of those medical classes for you to experiment on.
Only affects the second child as an allergy.
Okay, when I looked it up, it says RH is short for rhesus factor.
Oh.
Rhesus factor is a type of antigen present on the surface of
Rhesus
red
monkey.
blood cells. If you have
Rhesus.
this particular antigen, you are
Positive.
RH positive. If you don't, you are RH negative. The RH factor is important in
And she
determining
just
the
said
blood type for transfusion.
And it's
Yeah.
probably spelled the same way.
RHESUS?
Yep.
Yeah, because this
RH
article-
positive blood can be traced back to the rhesus monkey and all other primates, she says, but RH negative blood cannot. In fact, she continues, it cannot be traced anywhere else in nature.
That's the other doctor or scientist. So that's kind of interesting.
The missing link ape man found in Germany rewrites evolutionary history, scientists say. Starr claims that people originally from the Basque region on the borders of France and Spain are more likely to have Rh negative blood than people from anywhere else on Earth. She goes on to say that the original Basque language is unrelated to any others, and theories that it could be the original language spoken by space travelers before they began hybridizing themselves with the Neanderthals and other early hominids. And she's like, the connection may not be purely historical. Starr notes that people who report having been abducted by aliens are especially likely to have Rh negative blood.
Yep.
So not only did the aliens send us here, there are signs that they want us back, is what she's saying.
Well, we are possibly where we could actually be the children of the aliens.
But now then there was that other article where I was reading, and this is kind of a scary thought if you think about it, because if you don't know this and then you're sitting there and you're on this planet. There was that other one where Earth is a prison planet. And that we were sent, that's how it started. The aliens were sent here, because they were banished from their world and brought here. Okay, that was one kind of whacked out theory that I read when I was doing some of this research. But the one I liked was the one about the missing planet. All right.
Yeah,
between Mars, the one where the asteroid belt is between Mars and
the asteroid
Jupiter
belt itself is
supposed to be
theorized to be
the missing planet,
the remains of a planet,
the missing planet that supposedly be there, because they said that there's a consistent distance between each planet from the sun.
Yep.
Except for that one
that
area,
which is
where the belt
wide,
is.
But you get the asteroid belt.
And that asteroid belt, and they figure that was a planet, and
that blew up.
Now,
That's
they
what
blow
they-
themselves
now
up, and
here's
from
something
the
we were
outside
discussing.
of the galaxy hit it, or of the universe, or outside of the solar system, and
Now let's go back in time. Everybody knows we were discussing this a little bit earlier too before we started.
Yeah.
Let's go back in time. Back. There was an LE event, and for whatever an LE event is, and it's an extinction level event that happened during the dinosaurs. All right, and it wiped everybody out. How do we know that meteor that wiped out the dinosaurs wasn't part of that explosive planet? And like you said, and I was saying, well, maybe they traveled here, or maybe they were waiting. You said, well, where were they waiting? Why the dinosaurs went extinct? Because I said, well, maybe they traveled here from that planet to find a new home, because they knew it was exploding before it exploded. Kind of like the Superman theory. They sent Superman off before Krypton was built, right? Well, who's to say they didn't sit there, like you said, on some other planet, waiting for the dinosaurs to go extinct, and then everything to kind of settle down here, and then come and populate this planet. And we're what's left of it.
we could be.
Or descendants of that so-called third planet or missing planet up there.
You get someone.
All right, yes. Come on, I didn't want my train to derail.
Missing planet explains solar system structure. The solar system once had 5 giant gaseous planets rather than 4 it has today. That's the conclusion from a computer simulation of the solar system's evolution, which suggests the 5th giant was hurled into interstellar space some 4 billion years ago after a violent encounter with Jupiter.
Doubt that.
That's from
Then
www.newscientist.com.
where's the damage?
Then if that's true, then what are they considering the asteroids remains of? If it was Jupiter that caused that, then what is the asteroid belt?
Is it between Uranus and Neptune?
No,
No.
the asteroid belt.
The asteroid belt's between Mars and
Jupiter. Say, so you're
Yeah,
looking
as
at,
you're saying,
you're
that,
looking at
that
kind of
does
a
kind of,
fucked up
if
article.
it got rolled into Jupiter,
No.
No,
that could be
but then,
remnants of it
but then where's
after it hurled into Jupiter.
but then where's the
Yeah,
damage
but
to
you
Jupiter?
just said that article said that it got rolled out to interstellar space after a violent, a violent
Yeah.
mixing with Jupiter or whatever.
I don't think some of these people up there, you gotta be careful of some of the articles you read, because some of that stuff goes on some pretty whacked out theories.
Man, I got whacked out theories, but you never bitch about them.
Oh, okay.
But
What do they call that asteroid belt? Is it the Kuiper belt?
I don't know what it's called.
Kuiper?
No, it's called the Van Allen belt.
No, leave it to Mr. Know-It-All over here.
Van Allen belt. That would be
But still,
your
all right.
your asteroid belt.
So
But
what's
the
to
thing
say?
is,
What's
I'm
to say
thinking
that didn't happen?
I'm actually thinking that is the remains of a planet that was there at one time.
That seems more plausible than any other theory that I've read.
What?
That what's left, that asteroid belt is what's left over of that planet.
And then you got Tom here says if the asteroid caused 90% extinction, just normal recovery causes the same amount. So basically, Tom, you're saying with your little comment here that if the asteroid that hit during the dinosaur era, during the Jurassic era,
that wiped
took
everything
out 90% of the population of the creatures that were on this planet, whether they be humanoid or reptilian or mammal or whatever, then the recovery portion of it would take another 90% of them out. If that's how I see this as you're writing it. So basically, what your theory, what you were talking about, is a possibility that the fifth planet
escaped and eventually made.
Well, actually, let's see. Yeah, it would be the fifth planet. I was right.
Yeah, it was. It's
It's
a fifth planet. That's what they said.
But the
That's what
fifth
the article
planet
said. So-called fifth planet, the missing fifth
was
planet.
destroyed. Now,
Right.
if it was an inhabited planet, and there were what lived in the rebalance, 99% died too. So basically, what Tom's saying here is that that what's left on this planet on Earth is only 1% of what was originally here. So anyway, come back to this. Now, the fifth planet, if it was actually an inhabited planet and they had some sort of catastrophe that they did to themselves, or was something that came out of the solar system into the solar system and collided with them, causing the destruction of that planet. And if so, and they were an intelligent species, and this is following up with your and everything, did they know it was going to happen? Did they have interstellar travel?
Well, I would assume
Did they
that
have
would
the
know.
ability to travel through the solar system itself?
Well,
Did they foresee this and travel to Mars
who's to say that? All right.
and maybe sat on Mars first and watched as the meteorite hit the Earth and took out most of the,
Right.
took out 99% of the freaking.
And then just waited for it was
Species here.
safe to come down here.
And then after the nuclear winter and all this other crap that would have happened, because
Right,
it would
right.
have been
The fallout.
similar to a nuclear winter because
Right.
of the
They would have
fact
had
that
there would have been a
that
big massive fallout.
it
because-
hitting that meteorite hitting the Earth, causing the devastation that it did, would have literally
blocked the sun for
covered
a while
the Earth
and blocked the sun for a
in
while with
a
the
cloud of
clouds.
dust that would have blocked the sunlight, which would have killed most of the plant life, which would have killed most of the animal life. And then after
Maybe the only thing that survived were the cockroaches. They survived just about every
cockroaches
fucking
and
thing.
scorpions. But no, that's the thing. Well, actually, from that, the alligators and crocodiles actually did, because if you look at them, they are actually
Dinosaurs.
dinosaurs. They are a living dinosaur.
They are.
They are.
Yeah.
So maybe this fifth planet.
Maybe they were mining
No,
it.
think
or-
about
or
this.
they
No, think about this.
overdid
Think
the
about this.
resources.
Think about this. Maybe this fifth planet, the inhabitants destroyed themselves.
Yeah, they knew it
Blew
was
their
coming.
own planet up, and then they went to Mars and colonized Mars. And Mars is a dead planet today, with remnants of possible having life there and possible having
Right.
rivers and oceans. So they destroyed Mars.
Yeah. Or
And
maybe
and
Mars
then-
was just they found it
hang on.
wasn't livable.
no, and they destroyed Mars. And then now Earth is the third planet. Now Earth is back at the time, by the time they destroyed Mars, Earth had bounced back from the catastrophe.
The
They could
dinosaurs.
support life,
Yeah.
and they just sent a certain amount of people to Earth and kept the technology from them that would kill this planet as well. But yet, because we are stupid,
And still advancing.
and no, we are stupid. We are flat out fucking
Well, I know.
stupid when it comes to taking care of our planet
Well, that's what I'm
and,
saying.
and
They're,
everything. We are stupid,
got-
and the stupidity comes from the greed.
who knows what that technology that they might have kept
So
with
they
us.
kept that
Maybe we
technology
invented that
from us.
already.
No, that's what I'm saying. They
Yeah.
kept that technology from us,
And
so
we're
that we would
fucking this
actually
planet all over again.
So we'd possibly not kill this planet,
Well-
but yet now we are.
You know how they say, what is it? History repeats itself
Yes,
sometimes?
it does. No, history repeats itself. Period.
Well, it's possible that's our history repeating, destroying all these fucking planets as we go along. I mean, there's so many fucking theories out there. This subject could go
So
on for fucking
this
ever.
subject can go into all different kinds of sections and places and everything.
But I do
the
like
whole thing
that
is-
theory though about that asteroid belt actually being the remnants of that planet.
I'm pretty sure that
And those people escaped to Mars or wherever and then escaped to here when it was safe again. Because it sure the hell wouldn't have been
Well,
safe
the
for them
thing-
to come down here when the dinosaurs were still roaming this fucking planet.
the thing is with that though, Tom, you got to make sure that the DNA is invasive and hardy enough to keep going.
Well,
He
what's that?
said it. He said if you are an alien race and want massive, rapid expansion, how easy is it to just drop DNA and leave?
Well, that's the other theory. They were saying that they just planted the seeds here, as they put it, planted seeds here for it to happen.
Right.
All right, but now here's it.
Mix the DNA.
I have to make a couple of comments. One was the character that Jeff Goldblum played in Jurassic Park. All right, he always said that because they said,
Nature
remember,
finds a way.
nature finds a way. It's because they
Chaos theory.
right. It's because They made the dinosaurs all one sex so that they couldn't reproduce. And
They,
he says nature's
they
going to find
made
a
the
way. They always
dinosaurs
find a
all
way.
Female,
Right.
and they
That's coming over.
and they denied them a specific
Gene at the right moment of.
is some sort of a chemical
Well, yeah,
that they needed.
they denied him a certain point at a certain time that would have made him.
But
yeah,
the dinosaurs, because nature finds a way, they found that some of the plants that were there that they could eat
right.
gave them that chemical that they needed to survive.
Right.
And then nature,
But
because they used, but here's the thing, in that movie, because they used DNA from a frog to fill in the gaps in the
Right,
DNA sequence, that helped nature find its way, because some frog species, if you have an isolated patch of these frogs that are, same sex, some of them actually will revert to opposite sex in order for them to produce,
Right.
to reproduce it.
Right.
And
Nature
grow.
finds a way. That
Nature
chaos.
finds a way.
That
That's
chaos theory. That chaos theory is relevant
Yes,
in
it
almost
is.
everything.
Yeah.
In its
The
aspect.
chaos theory is relevant in the universe.
Well, yeah. But now this is just an off the wall question, and it's alien related. Don't you find it kind of uncanny how Jeff Goldblum does kind of look like an alien?
Well, he did play an alien at one time. Do you remember the movie?
I've seen so many of them.
He played an alien at one time. And no, it wasn't the Fly. He did not
No,
play an alien.
he was a scientist that had
He
a
was
fucked up thing.
scientist. He was a scientist in the Fly who created a teleportation device and used it on himself.
Earth girls are
And
easy.
yeah, thank you. It took you a while.
I kept thinking, all I could think of for a moment, because alien was stuck in my head, was my stepmother was an alien.
Oh,
But he wasn't in that movie, so I had to sit there and think about it. And all I could sit there and think about the green,
We've
yellow,
got-
and blue.
We've got the peanut gallery over here.
Back to your theory about how if we were indigenous to the planet, that we would be able to take the sun better. Well, not only that, back problems,
Well, yeah,
that's the other thing he was reading that
Disease?
didn't come up with it. Yeah.
and childbirth.
Yeah, but the thing with childbirth, you can't really use that because he tried that too, and
I didn't try that. I was just telling you what
I
I was
know.
reading.
but the thing is with that, you also have the great ape species, okay, the apes, the chimpanzees, and stuff like that. They also have some of the complications of childbirth as well. Some of them do actually die from
Well, yeah,
childbirth,
they have.
like a human
stillbirth.
woman would. Okay. No, I'm not saying stillbirth. I'm talking, okay, they have the child, they have their baby, but the mother dies during that birth because of complications. They still deal with complications.
Well, you don't see a girl
Our
going to the hospital.
reproduction, the way humans reproduce is similar to the way apes reproduce. We carry the young, the women carry the young inside of the womb, similar to what an ape does. The gestation period is, I think, longer for the human than it is for the animal species.
Yeah, but most mammals tend to have sex the same way
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
reproduce the same way,
Yeah,
and
pretty
most
much.
mammals give birth the same way.
Somewhat
Similar.
similar.
But still. But yeah, the back problems, I think, that's like you're used to having that.
Right.
There.
Well,
But
here,
that's the other thing
That
is-
is, but I can understand the other parts of it.
Here it says the reason for the back problems are so widespread is because we're designed to live in a lower gravity
Well,
environment.
I was getting to that.
Well, do you know that Mars has a lower gravity environment?
Actually, the alien you were talking about is from Nibiru.
The Ribu.
Yeah.
The Anunnaki.
Yeah.
Yeah, the originals, the gods.
And if I just wonder what the gravity and everything is like on that planet.
Well, Nibiru is supposed to be a wandering planet.
Yeah, it comes into our solar system every 3,600 years.
3,600 years or 10,000 years?
It says every 3,600 or so years.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to. Well, yeah, Tom. That's true.
What's that?
Which is
But
like
humans are the same way. We don't have a breeding season. We get horny, we fuck. That's it. Period. Done.
Unlike dogs, where they only go in heat every 4 times a year, maybe.
I don't know.
Is
Well,
that?
It's different.
That's the thing. The female dog goes in the heat, but the male is constantly horny anyway. It'll hump anything. It'll hump a fucking car tire if you give it a chance.
Look at how Major tried to mount those dogs even when one was a fucking male.
Yeah.
That's because they can't tell the difference between a male and a female.
Sure
Yes,
they
they
can.
They go in there and snip.
How do you think they sniff
No,
each? Why do you think
they
they sniff
can't.
each
But
other?
you know what? To them, it don't matter.
I don't think it does.
And then and
Maybe he
that,
was just
but
one
here,
horny dog. He probably
that-
didn't get shit
that
for a
right
long
there.
time.
Joy wouldn't let him out her.
But that right
She turned around
there
and bit him.
is proof. That right there is proof
Almost.
that homosexuality is in nature.
Yeah, it is.
You
Because
know,
it doesn't matter. All they want to do is to get off.
Period. They
Yeah.
don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care
as
who they
long
do
as
it
they
with.
can.
that poor dog. He was so. It was such a sad sight.
He
It
was
just,
so lovable.
No, I
he
mean
just-
it was such a sad home that he was in. He probably
Yeah.
didn't get laid for fucking ever or a chance to get
Um,
laid. So he was jumping every dog in sight.
Are you telling me that Joy's sad?
No, she's a happy, spoiled puppy.
Okay.
She don't want to be laid or get
No.
laid.
I don't know. She's laying down now.
Well,
She grows at anything it tries. And snaps. She
Well,
hasn't
maybe
been
she's
anybody yet.
lesbian.
no, I don't know. I think that is.
No, it's just that she's never had to go through that yet. She's only 2.5, almost 3
and they
years
were
old.
worried about that
Yeah,
when
but
she was
still.
born. And
So anyway,
And with the stress
but-
that she's gone through, it doesn't. Anyway, back to the
That's
aliens.
kind of the theory on some of this.
there's
stuff
a lot
like
of
that,
good ones
because,
out there, though.
Yeah.
Well, you got Alpha Centauri too.
I was just going to get to that. It's like
there's
and the
another
lizard people.
another thing, another article that you found, I think, online talking about the possibility that we were brought here from Alpha Centauri.
Right.
Now, Alpha Centauri is only about 10 light years away from us.
And
it's
it's
a
one of the-
binary system too.
And it's one of the oldest systems that NASA's. Didn't you say it was like one of the first systems NASA discovered?
Alpha Centauri is the first system that NASA's
Discovered outside of our own.
okay, outside of our own solar system. Alpha Centauri is also a binary system. Now, I don't know. Is Tom still on?
So
Yeah.
I mean that
Oh, Lee Hample joined.
Hi, Lee. How you
the
doing?
the
So it's just Alpha Centauri is a binary system. And a binary system is a solar system that has two stars that actually revolve around each other, and then they have the planets that revolve around them. So that could also cause gravity issues with an inhabitable M-class planet as well. So if you've got an M-class planet that rotates around those twin suns, that because those suns are rotating around each other, they're having their gravitational tug of war with each other. Then you get the planets that rotate around them, and those planets are also having that gravitational tug of war with the stars. So that could create a low gravity situation for an inhabitable M-class planet. So if you have a species that's been there for long enough to develop to where they can travel through space and actually inhabit our solar system and bring us here as
seedlings. Let's
as
put it that way.
seedlings, then there again, that could be why why they're saying that we may have originated on a low gravitational planet. But again, you gotta also realize that Mars itself is a lower gravity than Earth. Actually, I think it's 1/3 of what the Earth's gravity is. So
This left.
that laptop, what you probably need to do with it is go in and reset it to factory. Take a jump drive or thumb drive and put everything you need onto that thumb drive and then reset it
Yeah,
to
well,
factory.
that'll have to be done after kids have stopped living here for a while.
No, you can do it now until
They
the kids
keep using
keep
it.
their fucking hands off of it.
Oh, you want one motherfucker to find it.
Well,
Let's not get into
Actually,
that
the only
on
thing
our
I
show.
had to do is just write down my passwords because I have everything I need
I'm
on a
closing
thumb
this
drive.
one out 'cause the browser is
well,
so
your
fucking
passwords
slow and
wouldn't be in there anymore if you reset it to factory.
That's what I
You'd
mean.
have to put them back in.
That's what I mean. The ones that I need. Anyway, get off the subject again.
No, yeah, no. Well, he started with it.
Well, I was trying to open up this one article I was reading.
Okay,
The fucking
anyway.
thing wasn't opening.
Is Tom still on?
Yeah,
Say something, Tom,
Because
so I know you're still here.
Because I had all the articles.
I know Jack was something really off the wall.
I knew all the articles that were I
What?
was looking at earlier.
What?
You know,
I said interject with something really off the wall.
that
No, I want him to say something so I know he's here.
that whole thing. But now, all right, now let's take this a little step further too. Now, remember when we were talking how you were saying that well, we had all kinds of theories on Bigfoot.
Yeah.
You know, being not from here and coming and going or dimensional or stuff
Being
like
a
that.
dimensional species could, some sort of a
How do you know? All right, how do you know?
species that can
Now,
travel.
now wait. Let's say we're planted here.
We're the
From another-
undesirables.
We got put here from another planet. Or what if this is
That's
a
what one
prison?
of the theories was.
Or how come maybe this is a prison and maybe they're the fucking guards and that's why you don't see the traces of them and you get to see them once in a while because they're sitting there coming down and keeping an eye on them.
Possibly.
You know, and then they're reporting back somewhere.
Dolphins and humans are the only two species that fuck for fun.
Really?
Yeah.
I
You
love
didn't
the
know
fuck
that?
for fun.
I doubt it.
No,
Then
actually,
why are
it's true.
dogs so fucking horny? And why
It's
is
not
it?
all dogs. It's only some.
And why
dogs.
is it that we're compared to dogs? Men are compared to dogs when we get horny.
Or when you're rude.
So anyway, all right, we're gonna start wrapping this up here probably because it's coming up.
Oh,
on an
aren't you
hour.
gonna pick on Tom though?
Oh yeah, that's why I wanted
okay.
him to say something so I know he's still here.
Oh, you want to
It's pick on Tom time,
Yeah, it's pick on Tom time.
and I'm gonna mess with him, and he can get back at me when we go over to their place to do the crossover show.
But we found the real reason.
But I found the real reason that you gave us that
a
link. I found your secret in there, Tom. It wasn't just that you wanted us to talk about that.
So we're gonna add
It's
your
another
little
one of
bonus
the-
in there that you wanted to hear.
He now said dogs fuck with a purpose.
I believe it. I mean, have you ever?
Yeah, okay, they call me a dog because I'm fucking with you for a purpose.
You ever see dogs mounting?
Now you're getting it off the
Well,
You're
hey,
straight
you
up.
started
I'm-
it when you
I'm
said
going
dogs
with
fuck
this
for a
here.
purpose.
Okay.
You know, he says he's got a whole show set up for us.
Oh no,
I
I,
can just
don't know if I
imagine.
want to go. I'm a little
All right,
scared.
Oh yeah,
Anyway.
we're gonna go. We're gonna have fun with this.
All right.
But anyway, I found the real reason you said
and I
that
believe
link.
it.
I found the real reason. There is a link that's
That
buried in there
link you sent us, yeah,
in that website.
it's
In
always
that
there.
site,
It's always there.
It's
down at the
there.
bottom, right in the dead
There's a
center.
little-
You can't miss
there's
it.
a little black strip there with four different
It's
articles
right in
in
the
it,
center.
and it's right the third article over. It's about sex dolls that are made up like aliens,
Yeah, and the artificial intelligence.
And
sex
the
dolls.
artificial intelligence sex dolls. That's why you wanted us to get into that.
I think,
That was the real reason. You were trying to keep it from Molly.
I think maybe he was like really hot for the Avatar one.
Or the three
Are
boobs.
the three boobs? Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
No,
a three boob fetish? Is that
they're
what it
making
is?
the Avatar one that looks like the chick from the Avatar. And then that
And they
and
show
then
her
that
boobs
three
too.
boob one, yeah, that three boob one. That would be the chick from Total Recall.
You wanted to get the Avatar one and have it implanted with Molly's voice.
Oh, don't go there. You're gonna fucking piss him off, and he's gonna cancel the show on us. Thank you.
Oh, come on. That was
Nope.
fun.
That's it. You're done now. No, you're
Oh,
done.
you're gonna cut
You're
me
done.
off.
You're done. You're gonna piss Tom off. He's gonna leave and cancel the show on us, and we're not gonna get to go over there.
This laptop's got to go to the fucking hospital. Yeah.
It's gonna go to the Joe Hospital
Yeah.
for laptops.
Yeah. I'm going to throw it straight out the window.
He said I'm busted.
I guess you were right on that one. We're going to put on
shit.
a point down for
All
Mark.
right, buddy. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the show
Next
with you
weekend.
guys next weekend. So that's gonna be fun as hell.
Yeah, next weekend we're going to be with Off the Rails.
Yep, we're gonna be with Off the Rails
In
next
Grafton,
weekend.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Are you guys still
That'll
going to
be
do a show
next
on
Saturday.
Friday?
Yeah, we're going to do one on
We'll do
Friday.
a show on Friday, and then we're gonna go over there on Saturday, and we're gonna be there doing a show with Mark and Tom Off the Rails, and hopefully it'll be pretty fun because
It should be better than first time.
Well, according to this, Tom said he's got a whole show done up for us.
Okay.
So he's gonna set up for us.
Well,
So-
you know, that first time was kind of rough, but this time should be a lot more fun.
Now you got to remember, Tom, that we try to do the paranormal unexplained and stuff like that. So, you know,
But didn't I have an idea for next week where we're going to turn? I don't think we need to turn this into a two-parter, but I think I had another idea for next week.
like I said, it might just be him. What? No Molly?
Well, it's
You
gotta
got to have Molly.
It's Mark that don't always show up. It's Mark that's always. So that's why he said it might just be him. I think because when I watch, sometimes Mark's not on the show.
No,
It's always
that's
Tom,
okay.
it's always been Tom and Molly there.
Now, I don't know if you want to, but you know, we're gonna bring the women with us probably. You want to let them? You can. If not,
I had an idea for next week if we didn't take this into a
Yeah, you
two-parter,
said
and I
so far.
forgot what it was. So anyway, we do have a show for next week, Friday, and like I said, we'll be with Off the Rails, and I guess we're done.
yep. All right, we're done, and
Play the outro.
try to have fun out there. Go ahead.
Thanks for watching the Insane Asylum with Mark and Joe. Be sure to visit our website at utterlyinsaneproductions.com for all your links. Please like and share us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube. Until next time, keep your eyes in the sky.